Well, hello, chat. How we doing? Where's my VTuber? There she is. Oh, and of course she's not talking. This is my gift for being off for like a week. Oh, Lordy Lou, give me a second. Come on, girlfriend. We gotta chat. We have to talk. We have to be able to talk. Even though my voice is basically gone. There she goes. Hi. How are you doing, chat? Happy post-Fanfest depression. I hope y'all are all doing well. Oh my gosh. Fanfest was so much fun. Oh, it was such a good time. I hope all y'all are doing well. I've been checking all the posts online and everybody's either in the same place, basically. It's either... they're either really depressed about Fanfest, about the fact that it's over, or they are sick and depressed that Fanfest is over. It's a real struggle. Oh my goodness. Been basically just chilling. Chilling and doing laundry and trying to prep. I did take off of work today to be able to just like rest and recuperate from all of the Fanfest shenanigans. Because that's always the hardest. It's like, I feel for the people who are like, okay, we flew back, you know, and then you gotta go to work the next day. And I'm like, I wouldn't be able to. I'd be a walking zombie. there's just no way I'd be able to do it. Oh my gosh, it'd be crazy. So I have to get shout outs and props to those people who can actually do that. So, but yeah, Fanfest was amazing. Such a good time. It's too short, man. I really do wish that they would make it like 3 days instead of just the regular 2, because there's just way too much to do and absolutely not enough time to do it. It's one of those things where it's like you blink and it's gone, especially because this doesn't start technically every day. It doesn't really start till either like 10 a.m. or noon for some people. So, and then it ends at like 8 o'clock, which the 8 o'clock part is fairly normal for cons, but the 10 a.m. part is just, it feels like you should be able to have more time to do stuff. So, yeah, it was really awesome. I did vlog a decent portion of it, and I'm planning on making a video of that. So hopefully I can get that put out this week, in between doing just some other things. But yeah, it was definitely an amazing experience. So glad I got to go to the sticker exchange. Holy shit, that was insane. Got to meet so many different people. It was an absolute chaotic part of Fanfest. Oh my gosh, we were all, it's Nick! Wow! How are you doing? Dude, we kept bringing your name up a lot. I just want to let you know while we were all hanging out with each other. I hope you're doing good. It's been a hot minute. Did you get to watch any of the 14 like keynote or streams or anything like that? There's a lot of good stuff. I'm really excited. Actually, I gotta be honest, I don't think I'm trying to remember. Garrett was Syra was talking about you a lot, and yeah, we were just like reminiscing about like different bullshit and things. We thought it was really funny. So, but yeah, we had a really good time. We missed you. We've definitely got to catch up soon. But Fanfest was so much fun. Oh, you're moving house? Oh! You'll have to definitely, like, watch it. Or you can stick around and we can, I'm gonna probably talk about, like, the whole PowerPoint slide, so, but you'll definitely need to go, like, if you want to go, like, hear Yoshi P talk about it, definitely go watch it. It was, I think a lot of people are the same opinion as I am, which was there's very little to be disappointed with. It really feels like, the best way I can describe it is that it actually feels like we're being listened to. For the first time, I think some people feel like in a very long time. And there's actually like a really decent game plan on like the longevity. I'm not moving, but roommates is moving. Okay, gotcha. That's always hard. Moving is so annoying. Just like moving people in or helping people move or moving in general. Yeah, a lot of people are very excited for Evolve Dragoon. You talk about somebody like Mr. Prime coming in and being able to talk about like all the new shit and everything that's going on, helping to streamline some stuff. It's really awesome. I'm so excited. Yeah, right. I feel it's gonna feel so much like it'll feel like a lot like Stormblood tank, like old days tank. It's like, oh hey, you wanna take this damage? Boom. Which is honestly a very dangerous ability. I don't think Syra will ever be able to tank again. We can never give him tank again. We can't give him that power. That's too much. Oh, I just realized I forgot to record shit. I just got to recording. Yeah, it's gonna be good though. I'm really excited. Alright, so I think I wanted to start the stream off by actually watching the trailer in English. With like the subtitles, because you could think Aang and Leyline's like, no! No, not the Black Mage. Although I gotta tell you, I don't play Black Mage anymore. I'm like fully Picto. I want to get back into Black Mage again. I feel like maybe the evolved version of it will be really fun too. But I'm full on Picto now. Like 1,000,000%. Let me throw my little Moogle palms and stand in my grass. And I'm having a good time. So, yeah. It's really fun. I think for me, it's like the vibe I was looking for with a little bit of the flexibility that I was really wanting. So that part's been really fun. It's just a silly class. It's just like la 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 la. I'ma paint picture. I'ma throw paint at you. I'ma hammer you. I'ma smudge over here. Slide. it's too much fun. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and pull up the no, that's the keynote. Okay, here's the trailer. Because I want to watch the trailer. I want to actually hear the words of the trailer. Because, like, I mean, they had the subtitles in Japanese. And then it's like you couldn't hear fuck all in the room as far as like what the narrator was actually saying. So so I want to actually listen to the actual trailer and see what we're talking about. So let's see if we can do that. Which one of these was I on? Okay, cool. Actually, we're gonna. There we go. All right, we'll see if this works. Hopefully it won't be like too quiet or too loud. We'll see. I'll just raise it up a little bit for y'all. Okay. Hold fast to what you must and meet your fate without fear. A lot of people were speculating about the fact that we were going to the ice umbral calamity, the ice reflection. So I think a lot of people were very justified in that. And like, obviously they turned out to be right. I'm not sure where they got their tidbit of information though. I'd be curious to know like why they thought specifically that reflection, but I can't remember. I don't know. I'd have to do a little bit more digging, but people were very excited. They were like, I think they felt very justified in that. And then there's the key. Unite the stars unto one. That was very interesting for me. I mean, I wonder if they thought because of dealing with lightning and ice is the elemental opposite. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, it's true. And then if you think about it, we already went to Yulmore. Yeah. And I mean, we already dealt with the overlaying of light, and then we already went to the darkness with zero. So you're right. You're right. We've been going opposite. So that's true. That's true. So Isis and okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. I never thought of it that way.
one more time?
I want the captions. I'll turn this up a little bit more because I still can't hear because I'm deaf.
It's my favorite story.
Oh, you know it better than me by now. But if you insist.
Yes! All right, I'm ready. Tell me about the promised land.
Long?
Okay, so my running theory, now to finish with the Asian started, yeah, to merge everything all together. My running theory on this lady, I don't think she's random. So I think we've kind of seen it a couple of times where like certain reflections have like their versions of specific people on the source. You know, we've had different versions of like the people who dealt with the giants in Yulmore versus the people who helped us with the train in Dawn Trail. There's a couple other better examples. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's giving me Master Matoya. I think she's going to be this Reflections Master Matoya. So I'm curious to see what that is. Now the girl, I don't know if she has anything to do with it. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, but I'm getting the Master Matoya vibe. She could also, I mean, if you think about it this way, Master Matoya basically raised Ishtola. And some of the twins. I think she's involved with the twins somehow. But that's my running theory, is that this is Master Matoya.
Long ago, in a time few yet recall, life prospered, for the world was rich in plenty. Majestic trees stood sentinel over lands without end. From towering peaks sprang rivers, flowing into and feeding great seas. And noble kingdoms flourished, wanting for naught.
Definitely Crystal Tower vibes. Not so we could be dealing with, not the Asians. Gosh, I really should have done more reading. The Alag. This is giving that kind of vibe. I'd be curious. Especially because I can kind of see right here there's some gold. There's some gold, it looks like, that maybe could be mixed in there. Maybe it's just dirt, but it kind of looks to me like gold. But this is definitely giving Crystal Tower vibes. Of the 16 crystals, I haven't played 16, so you'd have to tell me. I'd be curious to know more. Alright, it skipped like that. Alright, cool fight sequence. Yay. Definitely like land, sky. We saw a couple of pictures. Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, dude, it's on my ever-growing list of games to play. Definitely want to. This is giving Sea of Clouds. I think it's the last time we really even dealt with floating lands like this. And then these are obviously some sort of mechanical ice fighters.
But then came the relentless ice. The world grew cold and still. Men succumbed to bitter sorrow. And as we struggled to survive, they marched and all was lost.
Okay. What the fuck are these guys? These guys marched. Okay, what are these, though? I guess you could say that these are like... These are like the Titans. These are the, like, the Garuda. There's like some sort of central force. That is like... The no fur. That's a big furry. These are giving very primal energy for me. And I'd be curious to see if, like, maybe it's similar to where, like, one of these primals is guarding, like, a specific area of the land. That's the only thing I can think of right there. But then it's also like, okay, so like now I'm curious, each one of these looks like it has, and we'll see another picture of it. Well, it has like this kind of center glowy area with this spike. What does the spike mean? What is it doing? Were these like super chill guys? And then all of a sudden they got taken over and now the spike is leading them.
They had no choice but to flee to the skies.
Flee to the skies, okay. Alright. This part's really cool. I got to talk to Soma, and because I was like, okay, cool, yay. You know. It's an aura. Whoop-de-doo. Very white mage-esque, you know, kind of person, you know, pure maiden kind of vibes. But he was talking to me about the fact that this is supposed to be the reflection where the Zayla come from. The Zayla break off of the aura. So, which makes more sense and is really cool when you consider the fact that there's a lot of dragon motifs in the upcoming pictures of the land and the area. There's a lot of those different motifs. So it'll be cool to see like how that culture comes together, like what their beliefs are, what their stuff is, and to get a little bit more context for it. So this will be very interesting. I'm very interested to see. And obviously this is giving like Minfilia vibes. Yeah, Heaven's Word 2, we may see the other side of that. So we'll go from there. Okay, and then she breaks off, we go to this guy. So now it's like, okay, does she sacrifice herself to keep the cold from spreading? Is she gone? Is she somewhere else? And then we've got this guy. We're like, what the fuck is his deal? His eyes are like glowing. Or his eye is glowing. Why is it glowing? Who is this guy? Was he like trying to protect her? Was he her leader? Oh, see, I didn't even notice that. She's also a Zayla. This little kid is also a Zayla. I don't know if it's actually a girl or a guy, but it's also a kid Zayla. Didn't even notice that.
The land below became a frozen waste. But everything changed when they arrived.
The traveler. The one from the sky.
Aye.
Traveler, the one from the sky. So I guess they are going to teleport in from the sky. Maybe as soon as they get here, they're going to come in from the sky. We don't know how they're going to get there. Hey, Emerald. Hope you're doing well. No, it looks like they're completely different. Hold on, let's go back. Blah, 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 blah. So hers are like more curled out and in, looks like. and hers are, it looks like very more flat into the side. So these are definitely like two different girls. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like important or if this is just like a narrative assistant to what who I'm calling Master Matoya. Yeah, so it's like I'm curious. That'll come from the how does the key work? How does the key work? Does it drop in? Because obviously, like, it's not going to be the same as like when the Crystal Exarch pulled us in, using the tower. It's not going to be the same thing. It may be a little bit different. Emerald, how are you doing? We're kind of just going over the trailer and talking about like our bits and stuff because I got to go to FanFest, but like you could not hear, you really couldn't like hear shit. Everybody was just cheering the whole time. So, now here's the other thing I'm really curious about. Are we going to jump through the portal and are we going to like, are we, because like, so the only reason we got pulled in by the Crystal Exarch is because he finally made a connection with us. Are we going to be able to just free ball use the key to get somewhere? Or is there somebody on the other side that's been trying to make a connection? The key is definitely safer. There's definitely a lot more situations that had to call for more of than the Crystal Tower thing was like sheer dumb luck, basically. And a lot of like, he had to make sure that he called on us around the same time that this shit was happening. He had to wait for a specific time. So I'm curious, A, how that whole key mechanism is going to go. I'd be also curious to see if it plays anything to the effect of Ishtola during the research about how the travel is going between different reflections. Pretty much a portal with a lot of... Oh, you know what? You're right. It does have a very similar vibe. So, okay. Cool.
The land below became a frozen waste. But everything changed when they arrived.
The traveler. The one from the sky.
Aye. Though in those days, we knew them as... Wanderer.
That we knew them as the Wonder. They called us the Wonder. Okay. Okay. The Wanderer, yeah. Which would make sense, because we're wandering between the worlds. Okay. Alright. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. So, okay, so it doesn't look like I missed too much, but definitely the nice teaser of it all. So hype. So hype. It was very exciting. It's so funny how like they actually only they literally only put in we get to here. Like this is all we get. They're like, okay, we got the only Alfino, only Estinian, and only us, which is really funny that Estinian's basically back because I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's not like, you know, he's not part of us anymore. So I guess once 7.5 happens tomorrow, he's probably going to get looped in. He's like, well, shit. All right, well, I think we're going to have to save the world. So I got to come with y'all. Whoop-de-doo, the Scions are back. Yay, team. Of the Yoshitaka MNO art. Yeah. It's very good. Zero has to be in the trailer. I would be well, cause like so yeah, because okay, it's an interesting why a Reaper? Why are they giving him the Reaper job? Amano. Yeah. It's like, so that's the part that I'm like, why Reaper? Because we haven't, as it's not like a new job. I mean, and obviously like they're gonna give the job to somebody else. But why specifically a Reaper? And maybe that's a thing. Maybe it has something to do with Zero. Maybe we're taking on something from Zero. Maybe Zero, because it's also like the outfit is very much similar to Zero. Like, just with like the cape and the point of the hat, everything being a little bit more rough. I think he should be Black Mage for the become Ice Mage. Or cast as much fire and melt all the ice. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm like curious about. Is like, why did they specifically pick for Dirtblander to be Ice Mage or be Reaper? So that'll be interesting. Also makes me curious, like who in our team will get the quote unquote quintessential new jobs, you know? Cause we don't know who will be joining us. I'll tell you my knee-jerk reaction is that it would not surprise me if Aaron Vale joined us and he got either the... Actually, I think I was starting to say the tank job, but I think actually it would make a little more sense for him to get the ranged DPS job. What that's going to be, I don't fucking know. But that's the vibe I'm getting. I think Aaron Vale is joining us regardless. I just don't know in what capacity. So we'll see. I don't know. Okay. All right, so that's the trailer. Yay, January 2027. Fucking insane timeline. I was not predicting that at all. I was expecting a summer release. Oh, Graha's definitely in on this. I think Graha's going to be all over this. Because he just wants to go on adventures with us. So dude's just going to be like, you're going to go here, I'll go with you. You're going to go over here, I'll go with you. So I'm definitely think he'll be joining us along. Okay. So now we're done with that. We'll go to the keynote. And this one's going to be really hard to time because I'm going to have to figure out.
Okay, first off, we have our 8.0 title logo, Evercold. And for those keeping track, the Japanese subtitle roughly translates as Wanderer or Explorer of the Silver.
Okay, so you're right. They called him the Wanderer. So, Wanderer of the Silver. Has that actually been confirmed that he's the canon romance option? I mean, to me, I've always read it that way, but, like, I'm also just, like, I'm a Graha fan. So, I don't know if that's, like, canon or if that's just, like, me reading into it. Because people also are, like, diehard, like, Harshiphon. Was I far away or was I close? Okay, so wait, where's my drawing? Where's the drawing? Where's paint? Where's paint? I need paint. Oh, and then you gotta, then I gotta show paint. Fuck, okay, hold on. Can I just do... Can I just do this? I'm trying to figure out a way to show y'all paint. Window capture too? No, I just want to show... I just want to do screen capture. Can I just do screen capture? How the fuck do I do this shit? Display capture. Okay. Is Is it this one? Okay. Woo. Well, because like I kind of want to explain because so like blah, 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 blah. Make sure I turn off all this shit that has nothing to do with that. Okay, we're good. Okay. So, cause they did this FanFest so much better than they did the one in Las Vegas. This one was so much better. Okay, so basically how the room was like convention center hall. You had like your snacks, restrooms, security. And then there was basically 2 major hallways. So like, you know, like at the old FanFest, we'll actually just use this as old. So the old FanFest at Las Vegas, it was like this. They had like some chairs in the back here. Like kind of like this. Like this was all chair sections. And then back here, this was all one hall. They had all of the like little activity booths and whatever the fucks. So only half of the hallway was for chairs. This FanFest, how did I get rid of all this shit? File new. Don't save. Okay, this FanFest, the way they did it was, there was the hallway out here, restrooms, lots of restaurants. This place is fucking huge. No wonder they used to hold and fucking E3 here. And then they had like security, coffee, blah 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 blah. And then so you entered and you had a giant area that was split in half, right? And so and each of these was the length of the FanFest from Las Vegas. So this room, they had like bunches and bunches and bunches of sections of chairs. Like all seating. This was all just seating. Woo-doo-doo. And then we have Yoshi P right here. And then they had like concessions over here and restrooms over here. We were probably 3 or 4 sections back, so we were pretty far back. And they had like screens hanging from the top part. The only couple of things that were really frustrating is that they had these tall like support beams all over, so if you were sitting in the wrong place, you couldn't see fuck all. And that was the only kind of annoying thing. But like instead of it being half of the area for chairs, it was a whole area for chairs. And then over here is where they had like all the activities and photos and areas. And then they also had another sitting overflow area. So like if you wanted to sit and look at it, but you didn't want to be in here, and this all ran out of room, you could go over here and do some of that shit. So, million times better than the old setup because that was just annoying as shit. So that's how that was. So.
そして先ほどトレーラーにありましたが、発売は2027年1月を予定しております。
So we get a January 24th date.
With Evercold, we will be furthering this exciting storyline.
The Godless era. Going to the 4th.
向かうのは共造世界の一つである第4世界へ行っていただきます。
All right, and this time, Warriors of Light will be visiting.
Okay, there you go.
いいのかな?
Okay, reflection fall into ruin, ravaged by ever-spreading ice.
この第4
So I guess the only thing I would think of is maybe that girl is here. The maiden. She could be here. Who knows? I don't know.
Spreading ice.
光の戦士である皆さんは
Whom?
誰と第4世界
Succumbing to the ever-spreading ice.
この第4世界に果たして光の戦士である皆さんは誰とどのように向かうことになるのか、 そしてそこで、
So with whom will you make it? What awaits you there?
今回タイトルにもなってる
And who is the wanderer? Okay. So, are we the wanderer, or is she the wanderer? Who's the wanderer? Is it her? Is it us? Is a wanderer just anybody that wasn't originally on the fourth?
なのか
Floor meant
選手の皆さんの
Glory of Light's next great saga begins now.
ストーリー紹
but that's all about all I can say about
物語の7点
good reason for
この
Alright, so, yay.
Torch is very much underway, and so we want to show you.
So now we got the areas, which, okay, when I first heard that they were going to be talking about, we were talking about going to the fourth, right? And we're going to go to the ice area. My brain was really racking because I was like, how do you make an area that's ravaged with ice look interesting? Because I was like, if we're going here and everything's covered in fucking ice, then all we're going to get is areas covered in snow, areas covered in ice. Everything's just going to look very one-dimensional. It's just going to look very blah. So I was really curious to know, like, how they were doing this. So it's nice to know that, like, we're not going to a place that's just like snow fucking everywhere. That there are actually, like, there's something to be, like, there's more visuals to it.
Shots from our servers to speculation train rolling.
All of the fourth is a stage.
Hopefully these images can help as of yet, so you won't
想像していただき
Yeah,
any
okay.
official play
ではまず
these underdeveloped
トレーラーにもありました超あれを
I want to go to the zoomed in portion of
状
this.
態ですね
and here we have
Yeah, I am like firm belief. This is something. I'm leaning very Alec on this tower. Because that's the only thing, because it's clearly not ice. It's not ice. It does not look like ice. It looks like the crystal tower. And then we got these dragon motifs. Okay, why do we got the dragon motifs? Because we're in the Zayla area. Love the design of the aetherites. Those are gorgeous. I also love the fact that they're not just like that typical blue, like this blue. These are more like ice. They're white. They're clear. So that part is really interesting to me. Also, I see here little Viking ships. And this building, this kind of looks like a dragon. So there's going to be a lot of I'm now like so excited. I'm so excited I got to talk to Soma about this because this really just like kind of like opened up another area of my brain
that same
to all these different
reflection.
motifs that they're going to be. Again, this feels oh shit. What's the place in Heaven's Word that has all the fucking Mughals? That area, this feels very similar to that. Obviously, we're going to be in high altitude. You know, more dragon motif. More little dragon motif. Big dragon motif. Big dragon. And now it's going to be, is this going to be like anything to do with like the normal dragons we see? Is this anything to do with like the Nidhogg clutch, any of them? Or is this going to be completely different? Like, is this in another realm of what the dragons are going to be?
And here we have
部のしてます
feels new.
These areas look really cool.
集落ですかね
Another little village area.
宮廷らしきものが見
Airships. So they talked about the Matoya, talked about how they're going to be in the air. So lots of airships. How they're going to travel. Little bitty village. What are these? Looks like wind turbines. Maybe that's how they get some sort of power. Maybe they're using the wind. Now, are they using the wind to propel the land up? Are they using the wind as another source of power? We don't know. Will be interesting.
Looks like maybe conventions. So we can see
At night, really pretty.
And here we have what looks like some fertile cropland.
まあ相変わらず奥にもなんか
What is this thing? What is that? Are you collecting sun? Is this smoke coming through? Is this cloud? More dragon motif? Grassland. All this looks nice. What is this? Is this the
巨
doohickey?
大なね。さらにはですね、どうやらちょっと生活のね、雰囲気も見え
Another area.
どんなね
Looks really
冒険が待ち受
cute.
ける
Certainly looks like it's lived.
打って変わって地上
Another area. This looks like it's kind of rested in a mountain. Some sort of crane action. Are we going into like the side of a certain mountain? Are we still in the air? Is this all in the air?
です。お、
This place looked
これ
cool.
はちょっと街っぽいですね。
And this looks like it could be a city.
Yeah.
まあやっぱり
This looks like it's probably like a major city. And you see even a little bit of the snow, like kind of this some sort of snow spike. And then also I'm noticing the tree, like this kind of spiking tree branch. We saw it on the tapestry above the kid's head, Master Motoya's kid's head. I'm curious to know if maybe that's something to do with that, something about vines and the root. Maybe it's like we've all come from one singular root and now we all spread out. So maybe it is like there's a particular dragon that is the source of all the Zayla and everybody is branched off from there. Okay.
これ建物ので
But this looks like, I feel like this could be like major city number 1, like the first one you go
な
to.
い特徴が。こちらは
Same thing. There are those spines again. That kind of like tree root motif. Even little ones even in here in this building.
門外
Habits.
こちらも朝焼けなのか
Again, they're all here. So there's obviously going to be something like that. There's going to be some sort of
う
root
まく
At dawn
thing.
and fantastic.
順調になんか、
Early that probably
What else?
want to show you
まあ、結構生のアート出てき
There's some more concept
た
art.
さっきのね巨大なクリス
Okay, so this one actually shows it even better. The fact that this is all looks like it's almost all because they're still putting spires and stuff around here. This all is floating. So even this whole lake is floating. These trees are floating.
タルがないから
before it's gone.
なんか巨大なクリスタルありますけどこれ
Big,
If this is
another
one
spire.
from before, it's probably not. The design
物の上に庭園なのかな
This, I don't know if it's floating or not, but the whole area was interesting to me. This one was obviously that's in some sort of other crystals. It's some sort of like garden.
and this looks like
This one. This was really cool. I was not expecting fire. That was definitely a throw off for me with the keynote. But it was really funny, and maybe they're going to show another picture of it, but
pretty hot.
the
Dark.
さっきね関連性ありそうな
and we'll go back to it.
なんか火は
So, when they were doing all of the gear and stuff for Final Fantasy Fanfest, which I still gotta go buy, the online shit, I saw a lot of speculation, I heard a lot of speculation talking about the fact that this could be like the final, quote-unquote, Final Fantasy VII expansion. And I'm glad to see it wasn't. However, somebody put a post up of like Midgar in comparison to whatever this area is, and it looks very similar. It looks extremely similar. I don't think it's this photo exactly. I think it's another photo. But I'm curious to know if there's any connection between the two.
使えるか
Hot in this.
So I thought that was very
真
interesting.
っ黒なね衣装のデザインになってますね結構ファンタジック
Maybe Matoya's house? Maybe?
And Gothic.
でもあった竜なの
Again, the big dragon, these roots, these branching horns. This one's also very interesting because there's two. These are not the same. This one is different from this one. So, is it a two-headed dragon? Is it a pair of dragons? Are these parents? What is the implication there? Okay.
And start to see
More of the dragon motif everywhere.
sort of rivers from four.
This is the one. This is the one that they said, that looked exactly like... Oh, fuck off. That's not what I wanted to do. Open. Maybe not like this exact one, but this is what I was talking about. So we have this giant, whatever the fuck this is. I think maybe, again, that's floating. We're seeing some of those gears and stuff. Like, they kind of had these two on top of each other. And it's a very similar vibe. It could be just a similar vibe because it's metal, it's magma. You have to have metal to deal with the magma. Or what, a lava or whatever the fuck this is. But it's definitely like a decently similar vibe. So, interested to see what that's going to turn out to be. And I'm curious if... Are these the people that are trying to solve the problem and they're swinging the other way? Or is this the solution that they're trying to use to get rid of the ice? And it's coming at a detriment to maybe like the foundation of the entire planet. We don't know. We don't know. Yeah.
And this is to see what looks like a
So, yay.
time.
Okay. This. Okay. So I got to talk to the one and only Jesse Cox. Absolute amazing guy to talk to. We were talking about the fact that we'll see it a little bit later in the presentation, but we talked about the fact that there's going to be an Evangelion crossover event, which fucking so far out of left field, I never would have predicted that. The fact that we're going to get an Evangelion crossover, that's insane. It's going to be so freaking cool. We were talking, I was like, he was like, I don't have a fucking idea how they are going to make that work, what it's going to look like. He's like, I don't even have a starting theory for what the shift is going to look like. He's like, the only thing I can think of is maybe the giants with a penis. He was like, and that's a penis. I don't care what you say. That's a penis. It's like, maybe it has something to do with that. But yeah, it's just, so like now every time I see this, I'm like, oh look, it's the penis. In all seriousness, though, what I'm thinking, this could be one of those titans that's taking over a specific area. This one obviously looks big, wind. Maybe he's the one that was like making all the islands float. Is this an arena of some sort that's on his back? What is that? Like, I don't know. This guy is huge. Whatever it is.
What's that?
But yeah, friggin' for Jesse just being like, that's a penis. I don't care what anybody says. That's a penis. It's so funny to me.
Exactly.
Arcane giants roaming the ice. Okay, more areas. This place looked cool. Markety kind of areas.
From the looks of this artwork, it feels Evercold.
感じなんですね。
Okay, yeah.
Other
this is a version
side,
of that.
Crystal, a market, yay.
おーまた
Bay area, love this. Super, super cute. Very, very whimsical little houses. Mansion at the top. Who could be living
ちょっ
there?
と違った。
Very that looks like a yeah.
I feel like I'm coming up on
おー
another picture, really cute.
気になって来たりするのがさ、
Kitties!
If we talk about towns, who lives in the towns?
No town. No town.
This is not a town. No,
No
obviously.
town.
Everybody was losing their goddamn minds over here. Everybody took the Loporits and they just said, I don't want to play with you anymore. And they decided, no, we don't with Loporits. We want whatever the fuck these are. We want the overall wearing Nekos, kitty kitties, lala kitties. They're so
Is that a
cute.
cat? Is that a kitty? Kitty?
なんかちょっと思わず出ちゃいましたけど、なんやら
So obviously another beast
これは
tribe.
ないね NPC の種族みたいですね。
Yes, this is probably looks like one of our new races that we're gonna meet on the 4th.
まあ、
That was, I felt so bad for Koji because that was actually an awful way to, because people immediately were like, they heard him say race and they thought a playable race. And everybody was like, he said race. Come on, people. This is not a race. This is obviously a beast tribe. Like obviously, like these are a beast tribe. They're gonna live here. Like all of this little fantastical stuff. So I was like, I did not think it was a race. They've talked about it. They're not giving us another playable race. We have so many options, anyways. I can't even imagine what else they would fucking do. But yeah, people were losing it. They were like, it's another race. I'm like, no, the fuck it's not. It's just another beast tribe. A very cute beast tribe, though. I want a plushie of this, like, yesterday. It looks so cute. Okay, talked about this for a little bit.
Only.
Another little area. Yeah, that looks like the place where they would live.
Yes.
Little bitty house.
Right.
ゲーミングコンパンそれを
Game design update. Okay.
ファイナルファンクションされるのか
The real meat of the presentation.
その理由が
About why Final Fantasy 14,
1.0来ました。
10, and the
1.0めっちゃいるあレルムリでまあ
Okay, so there we go. Hold on. There we go. Oh, damn it. Fuck. No. Nope, go back.
launch of 1.0.
してるって方いらっしゃいます
How many people have been here since 1.0?
おめ
Okay, so there you go. So you can actually really see it now. Okay, the cool thing is too, and now I've got 3 years to be invited to the next one as a media. They had a lot of content creators that they were very kind enough to give. Like this middle section was all either media or content creators. Oh, and this is kind of funny. You see his whole script right here. Ah, that's very fun. There's the PowerPoint. There's his script. So this was all media, and then they slowly listened. But if you see, like, that's the back of the hall, and they had the hall split in half. And so the other side of this wall, same exact, pretty much the same exact length and width. That was where all the activities and photo ops and all the other shit was over there. So, but this motherfucker was filled with people. And I think you can even see some people are like either sitting or standing back here, baby.
っちゃいる
Media
めっちゃいる
survivor.
ありがとうございます
So
Thank
え
you.
じゃあ
lots and lots of people.
あレルムリ
But they actually did like, okay, there we go. That was a little bit better. They did a really good job of getting everybody into place, getting everybody filled in a reasonable time. Security was really good. I literally, the night and day difference it was between Vegas and here. I never want them to go back to Vegas ever again. I would be so happy to have FanFest at Anaheim every single year. So I really hope they do that. Because total difference between Vegas and this one. This one was just so well done. So see, they had like 4 of these screens to where like you could watch it. They also had a lot of safe seating for like ADA. So like if you were ADA, you had plenty of seating and compliance for that. So really, really cool. Other thing too is that you see this like taped off area. That whole taped off area was for the pit for the Primals concert. So so I got to be in the pit. I had two friends that were really awesome, and they basically were saving spots, and then I was able to squeeze my way into the pit. That's why my voice is gone, because I was screaming at the Primals, which was so cool. So we got to stand and be in the pit, which was an amazing time.
で、まあ、それ以来ですね、できました。
So we've covered a lot of ground.
グレン、漆黒、行月、黄金と。
I started playing in 2015. The fact that I'm like over 10 years playing this motherfucking game. With like little breaks in between. I think I took like a year off, like about here. And like off and on, you know, here, give or take, like actual in-game time. But like been a fan for over 10 damn years of this game. Just like feeling the wrinkles on my face.
6本の
But it's amazing. It's so crazy.
その拡大するプレイヤー、この13年
This is crazy. This is a crazy stat. Very, very crazy stat. The fact that we have 35 million players.
申請から数えても変わりないんですけど
And what changing? So many. So many. Keep going. More tombstones.
さすがに、まあ、お前が言うなって皆さん言うかもしれないです。
Why more tombstones? Why more tombstones? Why is this shit happening? Why do we keep on doing more and more tombstones? So fucking funny. Everybody was losing their shit in the arena for this one. Yeah, I will be totally okay if I never have to see another one of these motherfuckers again.
変わらない。ずっと
Thing that you'd expect me, the director, saying, but I get it. It's been 13 years. That's a lot of Allegan tombstones. And while again, it's comforting to be doing the same thing again and again, but
まあ、なので、申請から、黄金まで我々
Yeah.
一貫したゲームです
consistent
けど、8.0
today.
皆さんの
It's with pivotal game, but also
Yeah.
していく
So this was my initial, like, obviously this is like they're talking about the fact that like, okay, we're gonna have to do something growth. People always talk about, obviously they talk about the fact that Dawn Trail wasn't everybody's favorite expansion. By far, it was probably a lot of people's least expansion, somehow being worse than Stormblood. The more and more I've thought about it, the more and more I think I've come to the conclusion as to Square Enix and the Yoshi P team. I feel like in Dawn Trail, they kept things the same in the wrong areas, and they took risks in the wrong areas. They, like, as far, like, they didn't take enough risks with the story. They didn't do a lot of, like, in-depth crazy things with the story, I feel like. And then they also kept, like, all of the bullshit and bloat of, like, either the combat system or the jobs or the rewards or all of that stuff. They kept that the same. And I think that's where like a lot of people started getting rubbed off, because if you have a weak story and then you also have the same baloney that we've been fed again all this time without changing 13 years, it starts to wear on people. And I feel like because I feel like we tolerated it in Shadowbringers and Walker because those had great stories. They had great stories, great characters, great, places to be, enemies to fight, challenges we had to do. But they didn't do so much well as far as like the battle and stuff like that. And I think that really reflected in Dawn Trail, because it was like, okay, now you have a weak story, And you've got the same fatigue of all of the other normal shit that like we have to deal with as far as like the game modes and the battle and the rewards and all of that stuff. So I think they were right to recognize that like this isn't going to cut it, especially when you have a story that isn't strong, that isn't going to hold itself up. Like obviously Dawn Trail wasn't my favorite expansion, definitely not by a long shot. I also wasn't expecting a lot from this expansion, so I think my disappointment isn't as great because I wasn't expecting a lot. I wasn't expecting things to be perfect. I wasn't expecting things to be crazy, interesting, or just like oh my gosh, like my mind is blown and I didn't see that coming and just da 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 da. I didn't see any of that. So I just realized you couldn't see my character for like half this shit. That is kind of like half of the bizarre. I'll have to edit that in post. So that's my thing. So I think it was good of them to recognize that, okay, we're going to have to change some stuff because this isn't going to work and people are not going to resubscribe if we keep on going the same direction. So, overall, very excited about that.
And that
Taking it to its next level and beyond.
to and gaming in the game to the next.
Every evolving game design.
That going to.
Okay. The crowd was very, and I mean very, very scared of this one. There was not a lot of yay. There was a lot of what in the cinnamon toast fuck is this below here? Don't give me seasons. Don't give me pay to win bullshit. So this screen came up and it was like
Yoshi P?
a lot of just chat 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 chat. What the fuck is this? I don't know what this is.
What do we have here? I can tell you what it's not, and it's not certainly the old character widget. Completely new adventure. Fine. It's okay. This switch that we're going to make from a daily-based system to a more weekly-based system.
Yeah. Weekly is definitely the way to go. That was a big one. That's a great one. For just the bloat of the game.
Duty Roulette comes with a wide array efficiently obtaining forces. Time consuming. How it's been for 10 plus. Cold, we are looking to change this from a daily to a weekly system to better fit the many different play styles and lifestyles of our users, to help you better out.
So that part was really good. Obviously, that part was
to help facilitate that change from daily to weekly. The idea is that from this screen here, Warriors of Light will be able to manage their character all from. This is an early mock-up and is extremely likely to change before release.
I like this one as well. This one's cool. I am so excited about this. It feels a lot like it's kind of in like some sort of sense it's kind of like how we do the retellings, not the retellings, shit. The book and the get 3 in a row and you get the prizes and shit. I like this because it really does. It lets people play the way that I can't talk. The way that they want. Oh my gosh. Do a main scenario quest. Complete a side quest. Do a dungeon. You don't want to do a dungeon? Go do collectibles. You don't want to do collectibles? Go do a gate. You don't want to do a gate, but you really love fishing? Go do fucking fishing. Absolutely a great idea to reward players for actually doing.
まあこれ、まあ使用バランスこれ
It's probably going to change.
クエスト他の項目なものをいくと思ってます。
So some missions, like, but other points, types, 14, as you know, for doing what you want to do.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
Before all 450 ones that you missed the week before.
今回からはですね、その週に必要なという週の分も
Currently considering adding a feature that allows you to earn any unearned points from 1 week prior, as long as you've earned all your points from this week. So you can go.
That was big. That's another big one. Being able to earn points for a week if you've missed a week. Really, really good idea, especially because that's such a big rub with Raiders right now, is that if you miss a week of getting tomestones, if you don't get your 450 tomestones by the end of the week, you're off by a gear set, you're off by that, and you're not going to have the item level that you may want to have for raid. So that's awesome.
プレイしてもらっていただいて、
Daily to a weekly cycle. Log in a little bit and focus a works game schedule.
So really, really good.
次、アイテムレベルの成長ルートというのも今回、
Progression as well.
これまで
All right, so up until now,
人出ていく方法
one, collecting gear from
制限
via Tomestone Exchange.
7点上がりあったので
With this, however, is that it locks players into certain content while creating a content gap every other patch during those odd patches like 0.1s and the 0.3s. And this can end up lowering motivation for some players during that time.
実はあそこによーく見るとサベージギアっていうメニューあるんだよね
Oh, yeah. Savage.
Yeah, so
Tell, sorry.
more details in Tokyo. So basically, I think
ゲームデザインの変どの程度するためにも
the season. Okay, seasons. Again, battle pass kind of bullshit. I think a lot of people were really hesitant about this. Really excited to know it kind of makes sense.
Well, make it easier to discern increases in item something.
Like people, you don't have to. This part was really funny.
Season, like free to play, season pass, extra fees. No.
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 What do you mean? What's the season?
いやいや、今講師に言われたけど、そのね、シーズンパスがあってね、皆さんにシーズンパス買ってくださいとか、追加料金あるなとか、これは何 F2P になるのかと、ないです。
Okay, so I know some of you might hear seasons and be like, oh my god, does this mean free to play? Does this mean that we have to buy a season pass? Absolutely not.
Okay, yeah. Which was immediately, like, I literally saw this gear progress thing and I thought battle pass, and I was about to lose my goddamn mind if they were going to make me buy a stupid ass battle pass. Not make me, but my initial knee-jerk reaction was pay to win. Because if people were going to be able to just gear hike or get better gear or do better just by shelling out a bit more cash, that part was going to be very, very, very annoying for either raiders or people, or just my brain was just like, absolutely not. Let's not do this. Please no. So it's good to know that this progression is literally just progression. There is no pay to win on this bullshit. So that part's nice. So we'll get to the... I like this merely for the fact that I can never fucking remember bullshit. Can't ever remember what patch cycle are we on, and what's our gear progression? When's the gear progression going to change? Don't have to worry about any of that. It's just now we are good, you know? Don't have to worry about any of that, so. Wish they would bring back the adventure logs. That would be nice. I'm interested to see what else they're keeping. I know there's a lot of other stuff they're changing, but yeah, no, adventure logs would be nice.
大きな1個の
Patches.
なのでまあ、合わせて
0.0
しますけど、
started to get those and that and a future Final
こちらです。
Fan Festival.
さあ、続いて、長く、ファイナルファンタジー14。
Character focused design. I'm trying to remember what comes next.
魅力的に、
And others.
エヴァ、これから持って
Sure, focal
変更。まあ、他のね、変えたり、こんな感じ。
UI. You can wear
Yay. Armory system update. What is this again?
基本です。
specific for each gear and
Oh, yes, this one.
3.0
アイテム、
select their highest item level to
Huge. Hunt log also. I think they're doing something different with the hunting logs. I think they're doing something different. I'm trying to remember what it is. I know they're doing something different with hunts. I think there's like going to be less hunts, but they're going to make them more impactful. I'm trying to remember. I don't quote me on that one, but I believe they're doing something with that. So, love this. Holy shit. I'm so sick and tired of having to deal with this item level bullshit, trying to gear up multiple classes or not being able to switch to a class because I'm not equivalent on gear for that particular class. This is awesome. I am very, very, very excited about that.
boosts awarded by material. We now have more freedom to choose how.
Alright, what else did they get? All the people who were reanimating different actions. All the modders. Many modders died for what the shit we're about to go. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I laugh every single time we get a change like this, and I'm like, a modder had to die so we could get this shit. They finally realized that we want more selection in what our characters do. So, more action skins. Now, I am curious if this is going to be just for, like, general actions, or if this is going to be for, like, specific class actions, what that's going to look like. How much are these going to cost? Those are some other curious things I'm not 100% sure about, but I'm excited about that. Berlin's going to be eating good. They're going to have a lot of cool shit to watch and see. I think anybody who got a ticket to go to Berlin, y'all are going to be eating good. Because we're going to get a lot of cool shit in Berlin.
Our character
Finally a color picker! Holy shit! Oh my gosh. So stupid. Millions of other games have a color picker. Absolutely so nice to be able to have a color picker for character creation. Because, like, we haven't been able to really have, like, highlights, pastels. Like, there's one pastel character. Like, this blue... Like, this! This is so cute! Like, how have we not had the ability to, like, have all these cool options? Like, these are so cool.
The skin tones.
More character, yes.
Again, this is all about individual feature. So this is
Being able to layer eyeshadows, get more than just like one or two of the face paint options. Yes, thank you.
close. You want to also see around the eyes.
Definitely excited about that. Also cool, being able to toggle off different parts and sections of the armor. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because, like, there's some shit that I don't like on certain pieces. Like this! Oh my gosh, this dress! This dress! Yes, thank you for letting me take off the stupid bow. Thank you for letting me take off the scarf. Thank you for letting me take off the backpack. Some of that shit I don't want in my glam. This is the type of stuff that glamour people just get so fucking pissed off at, is the fact that you can't take off certain bullshit in an outfit. Absolutely happy with that.
モチベーションとして
These change ventures.
What else do we get?
システムだけ
Ever-evolving content.
パブリックフィールド調査
Field
いやその行くよ
content
でもね我々は行く行こう
further
さあさらに続いてなんですがクエスト
prove
のナンバリングタイトル置いてます
Improving quests. Love that. I don't know exactly what that means. The only thing I can think of is maybe making it less stupid fetch questy, making it feel a little bit more impactful if you're going to do a quest. It's the only thing I can maybe think of. That would be nice. More details in Berlin. Okay. 3rd difficulty level for 8-person raids. Let's talk about that. I think right now there's a lot of speculation that this is probably, a lot of my friends talked about the fact that this is probably it's going to be, this 3rd difficulty is going to be very similar, they feel, to the difficulty of the advanced criterion. It's that slightly more difficult than extreme, but not quite savage. So, and apparently that's what advanced criterion does right now. Right now it's like you need at least 2 people to do an advanced criterion, up to 4. And it has a little bit more shit, a little bit more raid awareness, more going on than exactly extreme, but it's definitely not on the same level as a savage tier. So I am very interested as somebody who is okay at best at savage. I'm interested to see what that is. And I'm also interested to know, okay, is it going to be lesser difficult versions of the savage raids? Is it going to be totally different content all in all? Or is it going to be like a mix-up of the two? Is there going to be slightly harder versions of the extreme raid? Like extreme trials? Like, because I know, and I talked to someone I met on the plane, and they talked about the fact that the only thing they were concerned about was overloading the work team. So, and I think a lot of that is just going to come down to what type of content it is. If it's going to be completely new content, new story, new fights from the ground up, or if it's going to be just slightly tweaked versions of the fights that are already developed. I think that's just going to be the key thing there. But I'm excited for that. Because I kind of feel like I am that like kind of in between person right now, where it's like Savage is just a bit too much of a time sink for me with what I'm doing right now, and it's hard in Party Finder, but Extreme is like too boring for me, so I really am excited to see like what this in between is going to look like. And then the 24-man progression, it'll be nice because those are just so goddamn long. They take forever. And I have other shit I want to do besides just sitting in a 30-hour 24-man. What else do we got? Ever-evolving systems! Same player, region matching, let's fucking go! Where is the graphic for this? And it's right... Yay! We don't have to go to Aether anymore! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. I don't have to live on Aether if I just want to do a fucking raid. So excited for this. Only real question for this I have on this, which maybe they'll tell us some more, is... How is ping established? That's my only curious thing. Is ping based off of who created the Party Finder? Where the majority of players in the Party Finder are going to be? Or are they just going to take like the average of all of them and pick one randomly? That's my only real concern. Because that's just, because it's going to be like, it's like how... Because, like, okay, Japan like is small, so like I don't know how bad the ping is gonna be over there. America's big, bro. America's giant. Like how there's a huge difference between somebody on the East Coast pinging up with somebody on the West Coast. Completely different. So that's my only real concern is like how's that gonna go?
Party Finder as well.
これまで
So, past specific
データ3ステップも
worlds in the region are open
Yay, we love that. And it's coming in 7.5.
for this happen.
Very excited. Woo!
さあこれで終わり
Or
エバーコ
Evercold.
New jobs.
していると
Okay, and
もう一個は DPS です
oh, another is a DPS. What kind of DPS?
DPS は
Huh? What kind? DPS? Just
い
DPS?
やまあ DPS は物理レンジ DPS です
Oh, physical range.
And physical range DPS. Oh, and then we're gonna get the guess who's back. And it's Ridderon. So this feels very just. Yeah, we are. Let's see. The past shirt we had got for when they were announcing Pictomancer was all the Ninja Turtles. And since all the Ninja Turtles are named after different artists, you were supposed to be able to put together that it is Picto. This, to me, feels like the most blatant. We don't know what the class is called, but we know it is going to be 2 shields. It's going to be a 2-shielded tanky class. Maybe there's things where you can, like, put the shields together and put up a wall and bash. Maybe it'll have guns on it, because I think his has guns on it, or maybe it has like little blades at the bottom. I can't remember. But this feels like the literal most blatant example of
Screen capture.
what a class is going to be. So, interested to see what they call it. The wall, shield breaker, armorer, not armorer. That's a crafting class. I have no clue. But that should be a really, really interesting one.
Right.
2つ
Okay, so
お待ちください
the FF jobs.
And then the ranged ones.
First job.
Yeah, good luck with that one. I have no fucking clue. Especially because they said it's going to be a class that is not original. It's a 14 original. It's not going to be one that we've heard from Final Fantasy before. So I think that takes out like any of like the time-based classes, maybe Geomancer. Yeah. Yeah, got me. I have no idea. Maybe we'll learn more in Berlin. Maybe we'll figure out more about what that second class is going to be. Reborn and Evolved mode. I'm not going to talk about Evolved mode too much because I did not listen to the developer panel for this, but everybody has told me that it was a really good panel, was really in-depth about certain things that people are really excited about are simplified and more flexible modes of battle, and on top of the fact that we are getting out of the 2-minute cooldown window, or the 2-minute window, which is amazing. The fact that they recognize the fact that they have pinned themselves into a 2-minute window is good. I'm interested to see how this reflects. Really interested to see, especially when the media tour comes out, how different classes, other than just, because to be honest with you, they were demoing Dragoon and Bard and Paladin, and like I don't play any of those classes, so I didn't personally want to get anything out of the developer panel. But I can tell you right now that developer panel at FanFest was full. Lots of people want to know about what this is going to look like, and everything I've heard, once again, has been very positive. So Mr. Prime's got his work cut out for him, but people are very excited and they're behind him. So we'll see where all of this comes out. And more later. They talked about this for like 17 million years. Oh, other thing though, I am really kind of nervous about is we're going to get those stupid people online that say that you have to play particular classes to clear content. I am sure we're going to get particular people who say that you have to play in evolved mode to do the most damage, which already I can tell you right now, that is bullshit. The best class you can play is the one that's the most comfortable for you, that lets you do the most damage. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of shit that I'm going to be playing in Reborn mode because I've already got the fucking muscle memory for it. So, like, unless I'm going to get a huge, like, multi-K increase in damage from playing in evolved mode, then, and even then, it's personal. It's on a step-by-step personal. If it's not better for you doing damage, then it's not actually efficient. It's better for you to play the style that actually makes the most sense for you. And for a lot of people, that might be evolved mode. But I think for a decent amount of people, that's going to be reborn mode. Because there are probably going to be people who have been playing this game for fucking decades and are totally fine with the system of buttons that they have for reborn mode. So don't let any stupid Andy tell you how to play the game. It is your game. You play the way you want. You play the way that makes you the most comfortable. And it's probably what's most comfortable for you is probably going to be the most efficient for you. So, which means you're going to do more damage, which means you're going to do the fight better. So don't listen to the people online. Play the way you want to play. That could be said for multiple aspects of the game, but especially for the rating tier. Play how you want to play. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise.
Bring up to get into the details.
Okay, toggle between modes anytime outside of battle. Job level shared. No need to relearn actions. Gear shared. All content clearable with both modes.
Mode now is like however.
All right, what else we got? This was such a long ass keynote. I don't remember where I went to the restroom. People were looking at me weird when I was looking at the schedule, and I was like, by the way, today is like, it's a 2-hour keynote. They're like, it's a 2-hour keynote. This was a long ass keynote. More updates. Level 10. Woody woody woo. I think this is where I went to the restroom because I was like, I don't remember exactly hearing about this, but there's going to be more treasure hunts. The fates are going to be different, and the hunts are going to be different.
Reduce the number of fates introduced, but we make those fates introduced larger and more dynamic. As with the hunt as well, it's ready for an evolution of its own to kind of correspond with those updates that we have planned for the public field.
まあもちろんね、トレジャーハントに関しても新しい要素というのを、計画しようとしています。
And of course, we're planning some new features for treasure hunts as well.
それからですね、忘れてはならない。
We'll be introducing several
new dungeons. I love this one. This looks really cool. These all look really cool, fun. Maybe there's like a boat one. What's in here?
減らしたりせず、
on release.
ここワークになって。
Goals,
ぜひちょっと、
new gear and crafting recipes. These.
A lot of these gear pieces look really cool. Samurai looks good. Dancer looks great. I think this is the first time that they've actually made the male version of the dancer gear look really, really nice. So I'm very impressed with this one. Super excited about that. These are some... I think this is Red Mage. Nice hat, bro. New threats. Very, very cool.
これまで
Tell you that amazing.
しか
To this
今日ね、いうのも おいおい、吉田、8
New 8-player raid.
これは理由があるんで。
Theme will be revealed in Berlin.
New ultimate raids as well. Ultimate raids.
Kafka.
Okay.
も挑む。含め
Content be introduced.
続き力も入れて。
And PvP updates.
は
Whoop-de
こ
whoop.
ちらコンテンツサポーター。
Oh, so 2 people can queue for... So you can have you and a friend and then 2 duty support. So that'll be really cool. I don't really know why people want that. I've never really wanted that, but if people really want that, yay, go for it, I guess. I don't know.
新
System coming.
Maybe you just play story with friend and you and friend want to play story mode instead of doing MMO stuff. So yeah, get good for those people. I don't really know what's the point of that,
So a lot
but
of players
you
have
do
been
you,
clamoring
boo.
for an option
You
to
do
enter
you.
dungeons in
Okay. I don't want to get copyright struck. And the hold on, actually, I think you'll be able you won't hear the music as badly. But people were literally losing their shit at that. So the funniest story I have is the fact that, so at this point my husband had to go to the restroom, so he went to go to the restroom and he told me when he got back, he was like, there were people who heard the music, heard the screaming, like stopped mid-pee, shoved it back in, and ran out of the bathroom to look and see what the fuck was going on. And then they were like, oh, that's really cool. Oh my gosh, that's so hype. And then ran back into the restroom to finish peeing. Because it's like so hard. It's like, when do you have time? And it's like, there's so much shit. And it's like, this came out of left field for me. But now I've got to watch. I'm one of those people that's never watched it because all I've ever heard is that the ending is awful. So I'm going to watch the anime about soup. I'm going to watch the soup anime. Woo! We're gonna add this to the soup. Yay soup! Yay soup anime. Very excited to see what that's going to be about.
So bring in that I hope.
See if there's anything else. I think they're going to talk about Kivka. Oh, system requirement updates. Nothing's really changing, but you need to buy a PS5 before PS4 goes away. Yay. I just broke everything. What else? Beastmaster! I haven't done any research on this, so I'm curious to see what it looks like. Kafka is voice acted. Which is really cool. I love the voice acting. This raid's gonna look really cool. Interested to see that come out. Everybody's got to get ready for it. I'm doing it sometime. Someday I'm gonna do an ultimate and I'm actually gonna clear it.
Specifically for our fans,
Korean patch notes. We have to update the copy pasta. Now you can play all the way up to freaking Shadowbringers. Let's go. Very, very good.
But
okay,
right there at the
so this cracks me up. Okay, so now this is where I start getting to theory crafting about what the rest of the timeline's going to look like and what's going to happen once we get to the end of the year and we get closer to January. Okay, so right now it's April 27th. Patch 7.5, April 28th. June 2nd, patch 7.51. I think they said this is going to include the... I can't remember actually what this is going to include, actually. So we'll go through. Patch 7.5, main CR quest, new trial, Echoes of Vanadil, and Shan Toto is going to kick everybody's ass. Cool. 7.51, Dancing Mad, June 2nd, Cosmic Exploration. Oh, it's coming out June 2nd. Fuck, I gotta work. Man, they always come out with the cool shit when I have a work thing happening. Damn it. Fuck. All right, well, whatever. Okay. Berlin, July. Yay. Awesome. Hope everybody has a good time. July 28th. Weapon enhancement, more phantom weapons, Occult Crescent. September, 5.6. Main scenario quest, Beastmaster. And then Tokyo. October 31st and Sunday, November 1st. Okay. I am quite literally thinking, here's what I think the rest of it's going to be. The rest of it, I think it's going to be June. No, not June. We're not in June. So, beginning of November. Probably the last week of November to right before Christmas. Actually, no, forget that. We'll go a little bit. We'll go just full December. December is going to be media tour shit. They're going to go through all the countries and they're going to do media tour shit. Or they're only going to have one media tour. Because I think they only held one media tour this time. At least for the American content creators. I didn't watch anything. Maybe they have like a Japanese one and an American one. Don't know. They'll probably have one media tour or two. And the media tour is going to be, they're going to be like the last 2 weeks of like December minus Christmas, New Year's bullshit. And then, no, I want to see the calendar. Where's the calendar? Make calendar big. December. Okay. Yeah, so I think December, like 7th through the 18th-ish is going to be like a media tour bullshit. And then media tour could come out with videos somewhere between the 4th of January to the 15th of January. And then I predict Final Fantasy releasing the game on either of these 2 dates. Actually, I'll give them 3 dates. January 19th, January 26th, or February 2nd. February 2nd if they have to push the game back. But I'm predicting a later half. I'm predicting January 19th or 26th. Just due to the fact that the Tokyo one is literally they're doing Tokyo October 31st, and then January is going to blink and it's going to be here. So we'll see how that goes for them. I'm not going to be upset if they have to push it to February because fuck me, that's a fast turnaround. I'm surprised they even let out a month release during this keynote.
Have you seen else?
So.
27.
Right. Anything else? Okay, hold on. President comes out. Whoop-de-whoop. He was very excited to be there. Everybody's like, yay. Thank you for listening to OCP. He knows what the fuck he's doing. Most of the time. I think, yeah. Oh my gosh. I was not predicting this. I'm like, who the fuck? Who's gonna play? So we can't run Final Fantasy on the PS4. But we can run Final Fantasy on the Switch too. My brain is not comprehending the baloney that is that. But a couple of my friends were talking about it, and I'm like, I don't think anybody's gonna be doing ultimate raids on the Switch too. But like, if you just want to like sit there and like craft and shit, like, yay, that'll be fun. Like, oh, I just want to do some little simple quests, do some logins, maybe do like a hunt or two, and then like fucking do whatever. I cannot even imagine how much they had to fight to not make us have to get the. We don't have to get the online membership plus the fee. I can't even imagine what the fuck those debates were. So I'll give them credit for that. So I'm obviously, I don't think I'm ever going to get the Switch 2 version. I'd be very shocked if I did. But yay for that. So I think that was literally everything. Oh yeah, and then they're like, we're worried somebody's gonna fucking steal the Switch 2. So here's us playing it in our literal hands. Super fun. Also, it's really funny that they showed a limb sub with like on the test server when there's quite like yay for Switch 2 people. I am so curious how framey it would actually be for people showing up in Limsa for the Switch 2. It's like, is it just going to move at like 10 frames per second because of everybody ERPing and fucking Limsa? Anything else? You are so excited that Final Fantasy 14 is about to make you a lot of money. Yes, listen to Yoshi P. He knows what he's talking about. I think that's quite literally everything. Yep. And then everybody comes out. Woo!
Yeah.
So that's the keynote. Yay. Let's go.
はい、では一言ずつお願いします。
Oh my gosh. I just now noticed how short Soken is compared to Mr. Prime. Oh, why'd they do that? Oh, they just not making Soken look very good at all. Oh, that just the literal disrespect on that one is oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that. So, anyways, that's really funny.
To be here.
I'm so glad Koji was there. I am so glad Koji was doing the translations. I'm very excited to see how that all goes. He's probably going to be really excited because he's going to be like, yeah, I can just focus on 14 and I don't have to worry about 16 on top of 14 and absolutely just bleh, with all that going on. So, yay, that'll work. What else? I mean, everybody else was like, yay, we're so excited to be here.
And hi, Yang. I am Masayoshi Soken.
Freaking one of the best sound directors and composers of all of Final Fantasy, hell, video game history. And this motherfucker just like, hi, Yan, please come to my concert where I'm going to dance around like an idiot and play an automaton during the piano concert and be an absolute goober for the entire time. So, like, he makes the best music and he can't even really take himself seriously. Then again, I'll be quite honest, you could pretty much say that for anybody on this fucking development team. I don't think any of these people, like, you got Koji Fox, who wears a fedora and sings in the band. Soken can't take himself seriously with his shenanigans and automaton and doing the honeybee lovely signs during the piano concert. Hysterical, by the way. Mr. Prime, who's probably the most mature out of everybody here because he's like, I'm about to have to give a 2-hour dissertation about what the fuck the combat's going to look like for the next 3 years in this fucking video game. But also, I'm the reason that Light Rampant exists, and I'm the one that is the cause of all your suffering. So, yay. He's just like, I'm here. Why is there a taco on my shirt? This is our director who, during the Primals concert, did the screams for Brutabarometer and was fucking killing it with the screaming and the roaring into like 2 stuffed cats, and then he threw the stuffed cats into the fucking crowd, head banging, just like fucking getting with it. makes me extremely curious. I'm like, what does this motherfucker listen to on a daily? What is his playlist? What is his I'm having to answer emails and do communications with people? What's the fucking playlist in his ear? Is it just like absolute screamo rock? Is it classical music? Like what goes on? What goes on in his brain, man?
今日は
So he's like, come to concert today.
join us.
Oh, and then he was like, I think he was like, the timeline was really close. Screw you, Yoshi. How dare you? Why?
この後の開発パネルで自己紹介と思ってます。
Oh, apparently they left him behind in the airport because it's the first time he's ever traveled internationally. And they all just were like getting through the airport security and they were moving on. And then they got like outside and they were like, Where's Mr. Prime? They just left him behind at the fucking airport on his fucking first trip outside of Japan.
I hope you all have
Such a fun
Yes, we are.
festival. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our very first fun festival happening in California.
His English has gotten so much better over the years. So proud.
I hope you like it.
You did very good. Yes, please keep posting these. Please keep posting these in California. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. Never host this in Vegas again. And then Aimi. She's doing so good. She did so good with the translations. One of my friends and I were talking about it. Because they were doing like they were wrapping up like everything for the end of the for the Primals concert. They did like they did everything and you could see her actively like, you know, obviously she's got her notepad there and she's right, like we're wanting to know like what she is shorthanding on her notepad to translate, because like for probably every 20 words they say she probably writes like 5. Like, so we're like, why? Like, what are? How do you do that? How do you do the translation thing? Like, just absolutely killer. So
thank you again for listening in.
世界中
Want to also
ここにお集まりの一緒という
really, really, really fun.
so be
That was it. That's a keynote. Yay! Super excited. Absolutely great presentation. Like I said, there's quite literally nothing about that presentation that I think anybody was unhappy with. Well, I say anybody. There's obviously different fucking Andes online that are like weirded out by the simplified version. So obviously you're not gonna make everybody happy, but I think overall, this is like the Yoshi P has actually been listening to us. They've been listening to us. They know our complaints. They know what we want. They're willing to try things out and make things different. And also I have just the vibe of this Evercold. I feel like it's going to have a lot of a darker theme that I think people have been missing. I think people were really missing the weight. The fact that things actually have like weight to them, there's consequences, and those consequences are huge. So I think people are interested in that weight that a story like that has and what it takes. So, and I think this is going to be a good expansion for that. I mean, it's like Heaven's Word 2. We're going to Canada. Shit's going to be crazy. So yeah, very, very fun presentation. So, I think that's actually going to call it for me to stream, because I probably shouldn't have been talking at all today. My voice is now officially fucking gone. But we'll be back tomorrow with the actual 7.5 stream, so that'll be fun. And what else are we going to do this week? We'll probably do 7.5, and then, I'll let y'all know when the vlog comes out. I'm going to be doing a lot of editing. Like I said, I was able to vlog like a decent chunk of FanFest, which was really fun. So if you are interested in seeing like what the inside looks like, you can go check out my YouTube channel, and that'll be coming out soon. And then probably like maybe more Pokepedia, but I'll post the details in all of my schedules and stuff like that. So, yay! It's gonna be a good time. I'm so excited. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Who do we want to raid? Meow, 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 meow. No, I want... Who am I following that's streaming today? Let's see. Let's go raid Lim. Let's go raid Lim because she's still talking. So so let's go raid Lim. I think she's talking about the expansion, so she's super excited. So let's go raid her. So thank y'all very much. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye bye. We're gonna push the raid button. One viewer ready to raid. Here we go. Let's go give them the hypes. Boy, 2, 1, raid! Go!